In today's news, the controversial tourism fee for foreigners will likely be postponed. Meanwhile, officials uncover more surveillance footage of the Indian gangster murder case, and Thailand sends one of its iconic dishes into the stratosphere in the name of science. You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the top headlines in Thailand and beyond. And in our first story, a 300 baht tourism fee, which was set to be introduced from April the 1st, now looks likely to be postponed. Implementation is expected to be pushed out by around 2 months, although tourism operators have said they would like to see the idea ditched completely, at least while the sector is fighting to survive the pandemic. However, Thailand's Tourism Minister Pipat Ratchakitprakarn says the National Tourism Policy Committee supports the creation of a tourism fund paid for by the new fee, and the next step would be proposing it to the cabinet. Once it receives cabinet approval, details of how it will be collected will be published in the Royal Gazette within 90 days. However, implementation of the fee is being delayed as airlines are likely to be charged with collecting it, and they have asked for more time to prepare. Collection methods for arrivals at land borders have also not been finalized. They say around 20% of the fee will be allocated as insurance coverage for international visitors, while 50% will be used to develop tourism offerings in the kingdom. Yurasak Subason from the Tourism Authority of Thailand says the country's tourism products and services still need a lot of investment, in particular local products and festivals. Yurasak says support of the creative arts and other cultural attractions such as food, festivals, film, fashion, Muay Thai, music, and museums could increase tourism revenue by 20%. Abhisit Lai Satruklai from the Creative Economy Agency says the value of Thailand's creative industries is expected to reach 1.5 trillion baht. He points to festivals such as Bangkok's Design Week, which takes place this month and is expected to generate more than 750 million baht. Police say they have obtained surveillance footage showing the 2 suspects in the Jimi Sandhu murder case in Phuket preparing to leave the country at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport. Sandhu, who was born in India, was a notorious gangster in Canada and was deported for, quote, serious criminality. He entered Thailand last month by private jet and was found dead with more than 20 bullet wounds outside a villa in Rawai last week. The 2 suspects were spotted on CCTV footage by the Rawai villa wearing white hoodies. Now, police say they have footage from the Bangkok airport showing the 2 suspects. Reports say the men were traveling separately on different flights, but both left the country the night of February the 6th. It is unclear how the men traveled from Phuket to Bangkok, but they arrived at the Suvarnabhumi airport by taxi and departed on different flights. Reports on their destinations are inconsistent. Some Thai media reports say both of the men booked flights to Canada, while others say they had traveled to countries in Europe. The police, who have not identified the suspects to the media as the investigation is ongoing, say the men entered Thailand on December the 18th. Reports say the suspects are believed to be Canadian citizens. Residents of Thailand can now travel to 60 countries, including 27 EU nations, where the Prom digital health pass is now accepted. Public Health Minister Anutin Charnvirakul confirmed the development at a media briefing. The Thailand Digital Health Pass has been accorded to the same recognition as the EU's Digital COVID Certificate since December. Anutin says residents can now use the health pass to travel to the 60 countries that have signed up to the EU DCC system. The certificate will enable them to partake in activities such as attending sporting fixtures or gaining entry to restaurants that require a vaccine pass. Through Thailand's health pass, the authorities in other countries will be able to check the vaccination status or recovery status of Thai residents. The mutual recognition also means that the Thai government can check the COVID status of visitors carrying the EU DCC. Officials as well as businesses in Thailand can scan the e-certificate's QR code to check tourists' vaccination or COVID status. Dr. Kietipoom Wongtarit from the Public Health Ministry says the first part of Thailand's digital health pass contains information such as the bearer's name, age, passport or ID number, and nationality. The second part will confirm if they've been vaccinated, tested, or recovered. The information on vaccination and recovery status will remain available for 180 days, while the testing information expires in 7 days. Now, the Thaiger notes that a number of people have reported that the Mochana app does not work outside Thailand. Go figure. Therefore, if planning a trip, we recommend carrying hard copies of COVID vaccination or recovery certificates just to be sure.
Hi, Tim here from the Thaiger, and I've got Sean from 5 Star Marine. We've got some of your magnificent Lucas boats. You've got 1 to 11?
12 actually.
12,
yes.
Okay. How many people can you take on these boats?
Look, these boats are licensed for 35 people, but most of our charters are between 2 and 12 people.
Okay.
We think comfort, maximum 16, and that also allows for social distancing on the boat.
There's plenty of room on the boat. They're basically like an open layout.
Yeah. So we have a shaded back area, an open front area, then also the back deck so that people can snorkel and dive off the back of the boat.
Very nice. And these boats are built locally?
Locally built by a factory here, and actually the boat builder, his son's one of my engineers.
Fantastic. All right, so there's the website that you can go to. If you want to find some more information, you can see the weather here in Phuket. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Tim.
Officials are once again dealing with an oil leak from an undersea pipeline belonging to, once again, Star Petroleum. According to the Pollution Control Department, the oil slick has been spotted in the Maptaput Sea. Department boss Attapon Charan says Star Petroleum has confirmed that around 5,000 liters of oil have created the slick, which extends for about 5 kilometers from a single point mooring. According to a Nation Thailand report, the company, which had been adjusting a section of the pipeline, is investigating the cause of the leak. According to Star Petroleum's statement to the governor, the leak is classified as Tier 1, meaning it does not exceed 20 tons. Currently, a damage control team is at the site of the leak and is expected to receive assistance from the Royal Thai Navy vessels and aircraft. Star Petroleum's statement has described the slick as silver, but has not provided any further information on the type of oil, the severity of the leak, or how it might be dealt with. The provincial governor has called an urgent meeting with Rayong officials and local government agencies in order to deal with the mess. Students in Thailand are welcoming moves from the government to promote safe sex and the use of contraceptives. However, many say the country is still lacking in proper sex education. Earlier this month, the National Health Security Office handed out birth control plans, and in April, they plan to give away free condoms to people 15 years old and above in an effort to prevent teen pregnancies as well as the spread of STDs. While many students welcome the moves to promote safe sex, some say they would like to learn about sex education at school. Many students say they learn about sex education online, but some of the information can be inaccurate and misleading. An 18-year-old student from a high school in the Isan province of Nakhon Ratchasima told reporters, quote, "It doesn't matter if we have free condoms or birth control pills if people do not have proper sexual knowledge. Sooner or later, we will face the same problems of unwanted sex, unplanned pregnancies, and sexually transmitted diseases." Another high school student said she learned about sex education from social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. She explained that a pharmacist who goes by the name Dr. Nool on TikTok does videos on how to use condoms, when to take birth control pills, and how to track a menstrual cycle. A plate of Thailand's popular meal, pat gra prao, was tied to a high-altitude balloon, sending it 30 kilometers up into the sky for a space experiment by Thailand's Space Development Agency. To mark Thailand's first space experiment using a high-altitude balloon, a large plate of pat gra prao was sent up as well. Why not? Pat gra prao, one of Thailand's staple dishes, is stir-fried meat with basil leaves and chili served with rice and a fried egg. The launch also kicked off the high-altitude experiment platform Nature Study Center in the Central Province of Nakhon Sawan. According to the head of the National Space Exploration Project, the experiment was aimed to explore the effects of high altitudes on nutrients. Will the pad krapao be edible in space? Will any of the nutrients be destroyed, or will they improve? Will Martians find it too spicy? Thai scientists are waiting for the answers. With Thai food growing more popular worldwide, it is possible that it will be created as a meal in space. Pad krapao was picked for the research because of its wide appeal, simplicity, and low cost. High-altitude balloons can be used to explore the effects of near space on other ingredients, potentially leading to farming in space. And that's all for our report. Thailand News Today will be back on Monday. Meanwhile, have a wonderful weekend, and you're now up to date on the Thaiger.